Hi, I'm Alaskan photographer Jeff Schultz, official photographer of the Iditarod. Today we're going to talk about how to keep your batteries warm and your cameras working in the winter time. And here in Alaska, I oftentimes shoot in sub-zero temperatures. But the bottom line is your camera is going to work. You don't need to keep your cameras warm. Your camera is going to work if your batteries are warm and if they're charged. So the first rule that I've always done is I contend that you want to use batteries that are made by the manufacturer, not third-part batteries. I've used third-person batteries before in the past, and they just don't hold up like the real ones. So I shoot Canon equipment, so I'm always shooting Canon batteries, even though these things cost a fortune. And then the bottom line is just to keep them charged all the time. End of the day, you charge them. If it does get cold, just simply swap out your battery and put in a fresh one. And then I take out that one that was just not working very well or died, and I put it into my pocket to get warm again. It'll work again once it gets warm. But I typically will number my batteries 1, 2, 3, and so on, so that when I put a used one in there, I know that, oh, I put a number 2 as a used one. So then when I go back in to get another one, I'll take out number 1 or number 3 or something different, letting that cold one have time to warm up. And just keep on rotating batteries like that. Now, if it's super sub-zero temperatures, which oftentimes we get here in Alaska, then I use one of these hand warmers with the batteries. These are chemical hand warmers. You just take it out of here, shake it up, make sure it gets exposed to the air, and then drop it in the pocket with the batteries. So as long as your batteries are warm, you're set to go. Now, what about keeping your cameras working? Well, the bottom line is they're gonna work as long as you have fresh, warm batteries in your camera and are changing them out regularly when they start to die. But the key is, when it gets really sub-zero, your LCD is going to be really slow. If it was sub-zero temperatures out here, and I was using this particular camera right now, the LCD might be super duper slow to turn, but that's okay. As long as it moves, it's okay, it's going to work. Your shutter speeds are going to work. Not like the old days where you had to worry about it getting that cold. But one thing you want to keep in mind all the time is that you don't want to get condensation inside your lens. That's a big deal. I've had it happen, it's no fun. So I suggest you do not take your camera and try putting it inside your jacket to keep it warm. Again, the camera doesn't need to be warm, the batteries need to be warm. So don't bother putting your camera in your jacket, unless maybe just for a short time you want to shield it from some snow or something. But otherwise, just don't do it. It's just not a good thing. So I keep my cameras outdoors all day, even in sub-zero temperatures. I just hang them on a hook outside a door or something and go inside. Now, if I am going to go inside for a long period of time, then I take the batteries out of the camera, put them in my pocket, front or back, somewhere where they're going to get warm, and then I just leave the cameras outside. When I come back out, I put the batteries in, and away we go. And that's even if it's 10, 20, 30, 50 below zero. I'll leave the cameras outside, because the worst thing I or you can do is bring these cameras inside and have them condense. Now, if I am planning on bringing them inside, then I put them in a plastic bag before I come in, or something similar. So at the end of the day, when I'm all done shooting, I've shot all day long, I take the battery out of the camera, I take the card out of the camera, and then I put the camera inside one of these waterproof type bags. You could just use a plastic trash bag if you want, it's no big deal. These just tend to last longer and they roll up easier, they're really lightweight. I can find them, so you don't need to invest in this, just a regular garbage bag will work. Another option that you can do, and oftentimes I do at the end of the day, instead of putting the cameras in the bag and bring them indoors. I'll put both cameras inside my backpack and then bring the whole pack inside, but I'd be sure to put a plastic garbage bag over the whole thing. And once you do bring them indoors, you do not open up that bag until tomorrow morning when they're completely warm, because they'll condense and that'll be the worst thing you can do. If you do need to open up the bag again, then take the bag outside and open up in the cold, not in the warm. So that's what I do to keep my batteries warm and to keep my cameras working in the wintertime. Thanks so very much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe to the channel because that helps promote the channel for me. And you can always follow me at schultzphoto.com.